Good morning. Let's see. All right. What's up? What's up? All right. So I might lose y'all. Oh no, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Money. We're in there. All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Hope y'all are feeling good, feeling great. Man. All right. So yesterday, we go 2% down on the NASDAQ. Is actually not a bad day. I mean, if you invested in anything, really at any point in time yesterday, you could have found some lows. But I mean, really, if you invested you could have found some bottoms. But I mean, even if you invested pre-market, you're okay in these pre-market positions this morning. Now, the driver for today will be, what does the CPI data at 8:30 do to the market? So we got CPI data, core consumer price index, and then also core consumer price index. Now, what's interesting is in the CPI data, they don't include food and gas, which I think is weird because that's obviously two of the places that inflation hits us the hard. So, like, what are they even calculating inflation off of? The price of computers, iPhones, TVs, kitchen appliances, furniture? Because I mean, the two most recurring items in my life that I'm spending money on are food and fuel. Um, so I don't know about y'all. If I mean, there's just not much else that I'm buying. I might buy a T-shirt or something every now and then. Clothing, but I don't know. So I don't know. I'd have to look further into that, but I know they don't include food and fuel, which is weird to me. So Shanghai has a couple hundred boats waiting outside their port. Um, but I did see a headline this morning that Shanghai is had its lowest number of COVID cases. So maybe China can get out of this lockdown. I think China lockdown, the inability to trade the futures contract for a lot of brokerages and um, average investors to trade the oil futures contracts. Um, all these things are working in tandem to currently suppress uh, the oil futures. Now we can look at crude oil this morning because the futures are very interesting this morning. Um, so oil and natural gas did pop up a little bit. So this, if you're still in Oxy or XOM, you could even, I'm still watching this to see if I can hop in any oil plays, but might be a week where the oil plays kind of reload, see where things go. So the futures dropped below these key levels last night. Remember me talking about 4,400 here on the ES? It was below that all night, and then really when the trading started this morning, I mean, I just don't think it had any room to go to the downside. So obviously, that's probably going to be factoring in a lot of the expected CPI number today. So um, keep an eye on that. This actually crossed below that 1,400 level last night. So it was in scary territory, and both of these are in spots where, I mean, if these break lower and can't hold or pop back up, um, careful with your investments today. The market could be going further downside, like a day we had yesterday, like a 2% down type of day. So careful. Watch these futures levels. I mean, I think they've got to hold this 1,400 here for the NQ, and then it's got to hold at least this 4,400 level on the ES. So, and they're both teetering right on the edge of those. Um, so careful, careful, careful. Keep an eye on your markets today. Now, we did have the twos and tens invert yesterday, which, um, you know, signaling possible recession once again. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. But other than that, and we're going to talk about EDSA. This is a biotech that I found yesterday. And if you were trading yesterday, or if you were, active at all, you probably heard about or saw something about VERU, which had a positive announcement of a stage 3 clinical trial for COVID related illness, and their efficacy was only 55% increase in death reduction. So basically, the news they put out was that you had a 55% chance to live taking this drug, which, yes, that the reason it took off is because our system is so, uh, in my opinion, um, only being 55% right or correct or 55% efficacy or 55% effectiveness. The fact that that is the FDA's threshold for passing a drug is a little scary. That basically means that you have a little better odds of a 50-50 chance of this being successful. And I don't know about that. I don't know if that's good enough. But anyways, VERU had that news and the stock went over 200% yesterday. It was trading at $4 a day before. The news dropped yesterday morning, and the stock is now trading at $13.94. Incredible. I mean, just one of the biggest gains of the year so far. And now I was just, doing some searching last night, and I found EDSA, which is a biotech. Their main product right now, which is in late stage 3 clinical trials, is a monoclonal antibody treatment. It had a 65% success rate in reducing inflammation in the stage 2 trial. And we've seen in the past month or so insiders buying. So you've got, to me, the insiders buying is the best testimony that a stock can have, because if employees of the company are buying who run these trials, whether they know the results or not, they have an idea that, hey, this is, either A, an effective treatment, or, B, if it was an ineffective treatment, you would see the opposite and you would see these people selling. So the fact that insiders are buying, I've seen reports from February that they were like 50% done with their trial. So I expect the stage 3 trial is nearing completion, and that we're going to see positive results from those trials. And just seeing the way that this moved on positive trial data, positive stage 3 trial data, and knowing this company is in late stage 3 trials with a possibly effective product, when this announces, I would expect similar reaction here. So, it's got no bids right now. But we just had to see. PTE. So I like to look up some of these on the scanner here just to see what's moving and shaking, see if there's any real news to sink your teeth into. So Polarite, no news that I see this morning. Was just downgraded. Last revenue was a beat with an EPS miss. So nothing there. BCDA. News. 25 minutes ago, BioCardia announces FDA approval of its IND for NKR1 plus mesenchymal stem cells for the treatment of patients recovering from acute respiratory distress due to COVID-19. So here we have BioCardia, and they just got FDA approval. So 25 minutes ago, just shot up over 60%. And this is what happened yesterday, a little later in the day with VERU. So we got to see, is COVID related? Cell-derived therapeutics for treatment of cardiovascular and pulmonary diseases today announced that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved the company's investigational new drug application for BCDA04, a proprietary allogenic messenger cell population that is neurokine 1 receptor positive. This allows BioCarta to initiate its first in-human phase 2 trial. Gotcha. So you got to get FDA approved just to start a trial. So they're just starting their trial. So where EDSA has probably already gotten the initial FDA approval and now going to be completed with this stage 3 trials, which brings us closer to patented. But nonetheless, we're going to watch this. We're going to watch it and see. So they still are going to have to obviously go through some clinical trials with this company. So, but I just think after the people seeing VERU yesterday, I just think this gets bids. Potentially get some bids all day. So where EDSA has already gone through like stage 2 human trials and now basically are just on to stage 3 for stage 3 just for safety purposes, which I believe is what stage 3 is for. So we're now watching BCDA, but this is the one. This is the one, EDSA. When they announce positive stage 3 clinical trial results, this thing is going to be 10, 11, 12, 13 bucks. So we'll see. I'm trying to get a bid on it this morning, but nobody's selling, it looks like, in the pre-market. All we got is just some crazy high ask, which means it's fairly dead. So which gives me decent hope that as soon as this thing livens up, it's gonna go. It's gonna go. It's the right setup. Whereas this is, this probably already happened to this stock a while ago. I would guess they got FDA approval to begin trying, trials of their monoclonal antibodies. And, I'd imagine they probably got like oh my goodness, this thing popped up to damn near 20 bucks. So imagine this was on news, like probably, FDA approval, pop and drop. Probably just like this one's going to do. This is just the initial FDA approval, so pop and drop. Whereas like you saw VERU yesterday has gone through this process, has gone through all the clinical trials, and then just announced positive results. We're more along that timeline here. We've already seen the initial FDA approval pop. Now we're waiting for the final stage 3. And we just had some of our biggest buy candle yesterday. So it's got all the right signals there for me. I like it. So what else is going on? That's probably going to be it for me here. TSM was holding up in the pre-market, still holding up. Again, we've got JP Morgan releases earnings tonight. I did buy into some JP Morgan yesterday, trying to play a earnings play here. And then I'm gonna keep, slowly averaging into AMD and TSM as much as possible below 100. I think $98 is a great price for TSM. I think $97 is a great price for AMD. And I'll keep buying. I'll keep buying. That's it. Bitcoin popped up above 40 today, so that's good. That's good. Google back below 2,600. That's interesting. So I mean, all these are coming back to levels that we like. All coming back to levels we like. BlackRock also reports earnings after hours today, I believe. So we'll see. We got a couple, big earners this afternoon. And we got CPI data at 8:30. It's expected to be record high inflation. But who knows? The market is also saying that this is going to be the highest inflation numbers. So maybe they'll, it's just tough to tell how the real big money views some of this, because you could either view it as, hey, it's record bad, or you could view it as, hey, this is priced in, kind of looks priced in based on everything I'm seeing. And then with the expectation that inflation is going to come down from here, maybe this is the next kind of low that we had 3 weeks ago. Maybe we take another glance at the upside. Maybe we can have a strong rally again to end April. So we'll see. But I'd be careful. Be careful going in any positions before 8:30, knowing that this data is coming. And then be on the lookout for good places to go after the data releases. Let's see. I just got note that the surf is looking good for this weekend.
Yeah, your secretary just sent that note in.
Mm-hmm. Topsail or?
Topsail, yeah.
Damn, Saturday morning.
I know. Sunday looks good too. I think Friday even has good potential, depending what that wind does.
Yeah. What's our wind supposed to be? East northeast.
I mean, Thursday even has size, just the wind is unpredictable yet still.
Uh-huh. And Friday would probably be okay too, but it might be a little windy. The tide isn't great. As far as you might have to surf that outgoing tide at like 10 o'clock. Because high tide is right in the morning. So you'll be waking up and it'll be dead high. So you'll probably have to surf it It looks like the wind's lower in the morning than the afternoon, so just surf that high tide down to low tide, and then go back in the afternoon if it's still good.
Yeah.
But I think you're. It looks like now. Obviously, that could change. We got a little bit of ways, but maybe it comes in a little earlier than expected and gives you a Friday afternoon surf sesh or something. So, North Carolina coast looking like good waves this weekend. And South Carolina coast looking like good waves this weekend. Kind of just looks like an increased wave height and swell coming in. So, um, enough about the surf. We'll check on that later. Just do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing.